For over 2 decades, Grand Theft Auto has defined open-world gaming, delivering unforgettable stories, massive cities, and endless chaos. From the humble beginnings of the top-down classics to the sprawling, immersive worlds of today, the series has continually pushed the boundaries of what an open-world game can be. But with so many entries in the series, one question remains: which GTA is the best of all time? Today, we're breaking down every major GTA release, looking at their strengths, weaknesses, and ultimate impact to determine the definitive best GTA of the series. Our journey starts in 1997 with Grand Theft Auto, the game that introduced the world to crime-filled sandbox gameplay. With its top-down perspective, open-ended missions, and chaotic freedom, it was revolutionary for its time. While primitive by today's standards, it laid the foundation for everything that would come after. The thrill of police chases, the ability to freely roam a city, and the sheer unpredictability of its world made it a standout. It wasn't just about missions. It was about creating your own story in a lawless world, a concept that would define the series for decades to come. Then came GTA 2 in 1999, which refined the formula with improved graphics, new gangs, and a more structured progression system. The game introduced a reputation system where players had to align with different gangs to progress, adding a new strategic element to the chaos. It also featured a more vibrant and detailed city, bringing the top-down action to life in ways the original couldn't. While these games laid the groundwork, they were just the beginning of something much bigger. Everything changed in 2001 with GTA 3. This was the moment when GTA went from a cult hit to a mainstream sensation. Liberty City felt alive, with non-playable characters, radio stations, side activities, and a truly open-ended experience that let players craft their own crime stories. The transition to 3D brought an entirely new level of immersion, allowing players to explore the city from a street-level perspective for the first time, creating an unprecedented sense of scale and realism. The gripping story of a silent protagonist rising through the criminal underworld, combined with the game's dark and gritty atmosphere, made GTA 3 a landmark title in gaming history. Its influence on open-world design is still felt today, setting the standard for every sandbox game that followed. With its blend of freedom, storytelling, and innovative gameplay mechanics, GTA 3 not only redefined the franchise, but also changed gaming forever. But Rockstar wasn't done yet. Grand Theft Auto: Vice City, released in 2002, took everything great about GTA 3 and added a heavy dose of 80s style, complete with neon lights, a killer soundtrack, and one of the most charismatic protagonists, Tommy Vercetti. The game fully embraced its setting, from the pastel suits to the fast cars and pulsing synth beats that made players feel like they were living inside a classic crime drama. From the luxurious mansions of Starfish Island to the seedy back alleys of Little Haiti, Vice City felt alive in a way few open-world games had before. Missions like Rub Out and Keep Your Friends Close delivered intense action, while side activities like property management and rampages kept players hooked for hours. Vice City was more than just a location. It was a character in itself, filled with danger, opportunity, and an undeniable sense of style that set it apart from any other open-world game at the time. It cemented itself as one of the most beloved entries in the franchise, with gameplay improvements and a gripping storyline that kept players engaged from start to finish. Then, in 2004, GTA San Andreas took things to another level, literally. It wasn't just a game, it was a living, breathing world. Players could explore an entire state, complete with 3 distinct cities, countryside, mountains, and even a vast desert. The introduction of RPG mechanics allowed players to customize Carl Johnson like never before, building muscle, improving skills, and even changing his diet. Gang wars, vehicle customization, and an endless list of side activities made it one of the most immersive and ambitious games of its time. Carl Johnson's story of revenge, redemption, and loyalty remains one of the most gripping narratives in the series, with unforgettable characters and iconic missions that are still talked about today. San Andreas didn't just raise the bar for GTA, it set a new standard for open-world gaming. Many fans still consider San Andreas the peak of classic GTA. With the power of the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, Rockstar delivered GTA 4 in 2008. This was the most realistic and grounded GTA yet, with a darker, more emotional story following Nico Bellic's journey from an immigrant seeking a fresh start to a hardened criminal navigating Liberty City's ruthless underworld. While some fans loved its serious tone, others missed the chaotic fun of past games. Still, Liberty City never felt more alive, with its detailed streets, unpredictable pedestrians, and immersive atmosphere that made every moment feel real. The game's physics engine also revolutionized how players interacted with the world. Whether it was the weighty driving mechanics or the brutal hand-to-hand combat, everything felt more tangible and immersive. The soundtrack added to the experience, featuring an eclectic mix of Eastern European tracks, classic rock, and hip-hop that perfectly captured the mood of Nico's journey. And let's not forget the unforgettable moments, the shocking betrayal of Dimitri, the tragic final mission, and those intense car chases through the Liberty City streets. In 2013, GTA 5 arrived, and the world was never the same. With 3 protagonists, a massive open world covering Los Santos and Blaine County, and an online mode that would dominate gaming for over a decade, it redefined what an open-world game could be. The sheer scale of Los Santos, from the sun-soaked beaches of Vespucci to the bustling streets of downtown and the eerie, desolate stretches of the Gran Senora Desert, made the city feel more alive than ever before. Missions like the daring FIB heist, the chaotic Polito score, and the high-speed chase through the mountains became instant classics, delivering unforgettable moments that players still talk about today. Beyond its gripping single-player experience, GTA 5's impact extended far beyond its initial release. Its soundtrack, featuring a perfect mix of hip-hop, rock, and electronic beats, became an essential part of the game's identity. Radio stations like Los Santos Rock Radio and Non-Stop Pop provided a backdrop that perfectly complemented the city's atmosphere. Meanwhile, GTA Online ensured the game remained relevant for years, constantly evolving with new content, heists, and updates that kept players engaged. With over 190 million copies sold, GTA 5 became the second best-selling game of all time, cementing itself as Rockstar's most successful title ever. But is success the same as being the best? So, after all these legendary games, which one is truly the best? If we're talking about cultural impact and financial success, GTA 5 wins hands down. It's the most polished and feature-packed GTA yet, with an online mode that continues to dominate gaming more than a decade after its release. But if we're talking influence, San Andreas may take the crown, offering a massive world with RPG-like depth, gang wars, and customization options that still hold up today. And then there's GTA 4, often seen as the most immersive and story-driven of them all, with a level of detail unmatched by any other entry. Its serious tone, weighty physics, and rich character development made it feel like a true crime epic. Beyond GTA 4, Vice City and San Andreas are easily the next most beloved entries. Vice City's neon-soaked 80s aesthetic, unforgettable soundtrack, and engaging crime story give it a unique charm, while San Andreas' sprawling world, ambitious RPG mechanics, and iconic missions have kept it relevant for nearly 20 years. Now we want to hear from you. Which GTA do you think is the best? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to Nova Labs for more deep dives into gaming's greatest franchises.